I'm begging him. What is Blood yelling at Coach for? He's like, Coach, you chose that bad play. Coach!
Because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Dang, but the same exact play almost just happened, bro. The same exact play. Bro. What's going on, Dolphins?
Yeah, really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there.
Child! What is that? What is that animation, bro? Blood wasn't even in the position to get both hands out, man. Maybe one. Nah, bro, the Chargers have put their footing in the ground. They're already. What?
So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The offense heading back out as we take a closer look at Austin Eckler. It's the second quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
We often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things
what is the ball spot indicator going to do?
The same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime and make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series.
Like, I haven't seen any changes to anything regarding to the ball spot. Not the thing up there, nor the freaking blue line.
1 yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. The offense on third down, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Stick looks to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. By the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. And here comes Berrios.
Oh, I meant to do that cut. I meant to do that cut, bro. The 360 cut. Why not?
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah,
just give the ball to Mostert, bro. Mostert.
Start a drive from that deep in your own territory. The goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little.
Oh, I thought it was a freaking corner, not a corner, a post, man. Or not, yeah, not a post, I'm dumb. I saw it go up. So I thought it was a freaking corner, and I seen him doing out, and I'm like, the frick? Boy.
That's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Tua sets up to pass it.
Stop. They have the exact same passing percentage. Nah, Blood said rock her by baby. He said go to sleep. Blood, what is that? What is that trash pipe? Blood, I know you can do better than that.
Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here.
I guess what's the better hole?
Add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. And he'll work this one up to about
I don't know if that was the better hole or not.
It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. Now Stick. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Oh, no!
So he stopped for no get. It's going to make it 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Here's Berrios.
This guy knows a punt.
A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not
I
a huge
legitimately
carry there
thought it
on
was a
first
read
down, but
option.
not all of them will be, but still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
And going deep for Hill. And he's got it inside the
Tyreek Hill, bro.
Dolphins.
Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek Hill, 67 yards. And the Dolphins are once again back in front. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something, when you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. And that's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long, man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
I'm going to turn you into a black man.
Oh,
yeah!
It is now 14-10. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
Okay, never mind.
From his end zone, here's Darius Davis. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Roger Slayer.
The Chargers getting set to go. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And he is going to lose yardage here.
Got smacked.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Got smacked into his own teammate.
Really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Stick back to pass. Nowhere to go.
No.
He lost the football. And this is
Would've let me throw it.
And they're going to get the football just
That is some
outside the
black
10,
people.
the 11-yard line.
That's just dumb, bro.
Distance coaches always talk about trying to
Look, I tried to run like a few inches and throw it, and fumbles. He just drops it.
He knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did. Yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. A run with Mostert up the middle. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Raheem Mostert with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
I am yellow.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes it a 20-10 game.
Oh, this one. No. No. It's coming.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
The water bottle's coming, dude. I need to leave. They're coming for me. Help.
And the tackle going to be made right
What the
there
frick?
at the 25-yard line. Now the
I guess I
Chargers
must have
offensive
finished it.
unit ready to see what they can do here. Last time out, they
I'll
had
probably
a
throw my
fumble
water
that
bottle
led to the
away and I forget what I
touchdown.
did
Not a
with it.
great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles, but they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on
What?
this drive.
No!
He is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
They'll throw on 2nd down his stick. Pass hauled in by Johnston. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 40-yard line.
What happened to Justin Herbert? Who the frick is a stick guy? I assume he's hurt.
Down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 4. Setting up the screen to Kelly. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. Remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Now here's a pass on first down. It's knocked away and incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Escaping the play, and a big loss here as he's taken down. Now
I forget what the throwaway button
first
is.
to their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Why is Miami taking a timeout? They are winning.
Take their 2nd timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fielded at about the 28. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And that will come the offense as they take over. Here comes Raheem Mostert and the Miami offense. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had. Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle, it doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. Two to throw again. And he will find his man on the outside. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
4 seconds to go in the half. Here's the field goal unit onto the field. Sanders' kick is good. And the lead grows to 14 and 24-10. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
So we've reached halftime here. It's the visiting Dolphins taking a lead to the locker room. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Back to you guys in a bit. But first, we welcome everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report. It was Raheem Mostert, the veteran who did some damage in that first half. He chipped in a couple of touchdown runs as he was running with determination right from the word go. These two teams running through their final adjustments before they head back out of the tunnel. And for the call of the second half, let's go back to SoFi Stadium and Brandon Gott.
y'all play the boxing one yet? No. But he killed me in that ping pong thing. He had practice. Huh? I said he had practice. He had practice? Uh-huh. That's what he said too. He said he killed me.
Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Chargers going to get the football first here in the second half, and they trail as we get back underway. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on.
Oh, that's nice of them to push them forward. Teamwork's insane, ain't it?
And expect to get that done.
From the 24 now, here's second down at 7. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there.
That was an idiotic run. Why did you run that, bro? You had an option to run a hitch route, and you decided to go for an... Oh, my goodness, dude.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down.
I put a border.
Signs of getting back into this football game in the second half. They're going to need to be much
Nah, bro. Brandon Gaudin's laughing, bro. That's sad. Not really Gaudin. It's Charles Davis.
And it'll lead to a 4th down.
So possession goes over here on the punt, and they will take over 1st and 10. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. To end the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. Now they'll send Waddle in motion left. He'll get it here on the jet sweep. Oh, and this one, that may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Looking to pass. Tua. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Why didn't try to force anything in, bro?
To right around the 26-yard line.
Man just had made a good read.
Shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, third quarter, but that
read me like a book.
Not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now if these guys can turn this turnover into point. Could start getting a little more interesting.
The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field, and they'll start with great field position, trying to get back into this one. It's 1st and 10 here. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
Sometimes there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think
what are these trash throws, bro?
Just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
2nd and 10. Up the middle with Eckler. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run and the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done. it's a team game there because there's a sigh of relief that they just released
What?
defensively. If he's able to get that one away,
I didn't even change my team.
But instead,
What? I didn't even change my team.
and force the incompletion.
You're right, he had it open just a split second too late on the release. Well, the 3 points certainly helps, but you feel like, Charles, at this stage of the game, when you force those turnovers, you need to start converting them into touchdowns.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised myself because I thought in this situation, they were thinking end zone or bust. Now they got to rely on their defense to get the ball back again for another opportunity to get 6 points.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Miami set to take over. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And that could have been the lifeline they needed. This is a play that could have been made. Instead, it's just going to fall incomplete.
Off of play action, Tagovailoa. He's got his target. That's complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That's a third down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Give all that credit defensively to Khalil Mack. A great stop in the backfield. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. They'll stay on the ground with Mostert. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 15 coming up after that loss of 2.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right to the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's brought to the ground with another
Insane pass. Jalen Waddle.
Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode and finish this one off.
That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive. Nothing flashy there, the slant to the slot.
Oh, and the frustration for the defensive guys because it's a quick play. And you know it's going to be a bang-bang play in terms of the throw and the catch. And then he's able to absorb the contact and complete it.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Open man, that's Hill complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That'll put him right at 99 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, We see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back up.
Season 3 shit. She be getting active on that bitch.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
On my screen, you ugly ass little rat ass bitch.
Now a give to Mostert running right. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this job, and not as much running as we just saw. They stopped after a very short game.
Look on my knee.
Pass rush just team up on the quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Got a man, it's Waddle complete. And the Dolphins are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Okay, so before this fire-ass salsa beat pop off,
Pick up a first.
these might be the worst parents on
They should be
television.
aware, but it was so
Think
hard
about it.
sometimes.
It's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield and they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just a 3rd quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances. So they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
The 2nd down and 10, though, knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more important? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
They'll go. H.M. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Devon H.M. taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Dolphins' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. So 4th and goal, their head coach gave that offensive line one more chance to punch it in, and this time they were successful.
They certainly paid off the coach's confidence, didn't they? And how about the fact that they stayed with the ground game? Because a lot of times in that situation, partner, we see teams try and roll the quarterback out, give him a little run-pass option, and treat it like a 2-point conversion play. In this case, they went with a little bit more power and got it done.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and the lead is up to 18 now. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And he returns this to the 22. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now.
And he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And his guys are going to get the football. 37-yard line. Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half, and down 3 scores. A lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Running the counter with Mostert. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Here's Tua. That's caught. Waddle on the left side. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Couple of Alabama guys there. Tua to Waddle for the Miami first.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 22-yard line.
They'll run right side with Mostert. Trucks over him. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. And this offense on 3rd down today, 5 out of 9 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll try and run here with Mostert. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And he is going to have the Dolphins first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
They hand it off to Mostert. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come to the line of scrimmage. Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. And he's got it. Touchdown. From 8 yards out as his guys have opened up a comfortable lead. Well, it seemed like they were so focused elsewhere they forgot about the tight end spot, and he's the one that burns them there to make this a 3-score game here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
I think there might be a little bit of defensive fatigue from those guys on that side of the ball, partner, because they've been spending their time trying to stop them from all angles. This time the tight end gets them.
Sanders now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it winds up in 6 points for the Dolphins. Oh, a good return up past the 30. Past midfield. Still going. 1 man to beat. And he will score. Touchdown, Chargers. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him. Kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got... there. Dicker down to tack on the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down now to 18. And what a job there by all 11 on the kick return. The blocking excellent, the return excellent. The result, 6 points. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable fourth quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 18. He'll look to Mostert to start things out. Yeah, boy, it is tough to bring him down that time. He surges forward. He's going to get a full 6 out of that. 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 4 from the 24. Wilson going to try the right side. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, here comes Mostert. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from the free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now.
So many things go into making a good play on defense. In this situation, just not being blown out of the way was a big start, and then a nice tackle to finish things off.
Right there. He's coming to you. You go to truck him, and he just stops on a dime. He's like, oh, he's trucking.
As he'll come on
Let
to
me
kick
just
this one away.
pause. Let me just hit the pause button. Let me just hit the stop, wait a minute button. And
the fair catch is made
stop.
at about
Then
the
I'll tackle
27-yard
him
line.
when he stumbles.
The Chargers offense
like,
gets
come
set.
on,
They
man.
head back onto the field. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain there of 12 yards and a 1st down L.A. Here's Stick looking to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Now a deep one for Johnston. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. A shotgun throw for Stick. And that incomplete. Accepted. And remember, he had his hands on one earlier, had one pick. Could have been his 2nd, but instead it's 4th down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position. Well, they've clearly made a conscious decision here to be more aggressive in the late stages of this game here in the 2nd half.
And I get it. In this situation, you know, if you want to be aggressive out near midfield, you feel good about your defense maybe, or just, hey, I thought I had a proper play call. But how about the guys that just stopped them? How good do they feel right now? All right, you want to go for it here? We shut you down. They're over on the bench right now feeling great.
It was Joey Bosa working his way in to bust that one up. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
Meanwhile, Tua's throw caught by his receiver, Hill. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Here's a toss play right to Mostert. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. That's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
105 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the D.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Tua Tagovailoa taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Dolphins add 6 to their lead.
Well, there's something that goes back to the early years of his career. Remember, he had 3 touchdowns in each of his first couple of seasons. None last year as they've tried to dial back his running, especially down close to the goal line.
Sanders on for the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it was Tua Tagovailoa who called his own number and finished it off with a touchdown run. This taken in at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. So out come the Chargers. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
Here's Stick on 1st and 10. Quick hitter here, it's complete. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Sticks. This throw taken in by Johnston. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 49-yard line. Stick to throw once more. A little short pass. This is Everett. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's 2nd down. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him, and what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, you know, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Off play action, it's Stick. Through the middle of the field. Touchdown, Allen! Keenan Allen, 37 yards. And the Chargers are able to cut into that deficit. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the fourth quarter after that one, CD. And well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, and I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence, because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Dolphins are going to recover. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Up the middle they go with Mostert. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Here's 2nd and 10. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape. Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. And the Chargers coming out on the field now. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, Coach, what do you want to call? He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. 2nd down and a little more than a yard here. Now Stick. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted But it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
No choice but to go. Here's fourth down now. They'll run for it with Eckler. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Stick looks to throw. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. Chargers going to use their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Stick back to pass. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good pickup there, 22. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Stick looking to throw on 1st and 10. That's caught right side by Palmer.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up second and 4.
On second down, Eckler.
Oh,
And he
no.
works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30.
A higher scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League, but fun to watch these offenses. They were really clicking. It seemed like everything that they dialed up worked.
Yeah, it certainly was fun to watch from our perspective. How'd you like to be those defensive coaches, though? That wasn't a blast for them at all. And let's face it, they all game plan, they all scout, they all think they're prepared. But executing and stopping teams, that's another matter entirely.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say so long from Southern California.